3-phase 120 watt motor. We want to run it off a variable speed drive because we've got heat recovery going in. The whole of the wall for the pipework is going to go on a heat recovery system. So we want to run it off a variable speed drive, which would be better if we can get it to run on single phase, which you can do with these. Some of them used to come out of the factory with 3-phase motors on, but they were wired for single phase. So we've got our red, yellow and blue, red, yellow, blue wires from the fan motor, and they're just linked off of these 3 red wires here off of where the main power comes in onto the compressor. And that's brown, white and black, which we normally join together as we run these in star. What we're going to do is wire this up in delta and try and run it off a single phase. Right, we've got our tester on there with a red wire where we have one of the phases in, and the black wire is one of the where it went to star point. We got 65 ohms on there, so we know the red here is now joined to black. And originally it was wired like this: red, blue and yellow. You'd have had black in the centre, and brown and white. We're gonna wire it like this. So we'll say red, and I don't know, whatever once it works out. Right, got this worked out. Red's joined to black, yellow to brown, blue to white. So I've done a little delta drawing. It's a bit small, but red is joined to black, which we've got black there. Blue joined to white, white in that corner there. And yellow is joined to brown. We've got brown up here. So we've put a live feed onto that connection. Neutral on there, we've got 240 volts across there, and then we put a capacitor on there, and that puts a bit like putting the extra phases on those 2 connections. My old boss used to say you put light to light, so sort of red and brown are quite similar, blue and black are quite similar, and white and yellow are quite similar. That was how he used to explain it, and I've just worked it out, and that does sort of figure that it should work. So we'll turn it on and see what happens. Got our amp probe on there on the neutral wire. Running about 1.26 amps, and I'm sure single phase ones are rated about 1.2 amps, I think. Per phase. And it's actually turning the right way. You can swap the rotation by changing the capacitor. We've got one end of the capacitor into the white-yellow connection, and the other end is on the neutral. But if we swap the capacitor from the neutral to the live, it should make the fan motor run the opposite direction. There's a few motors on these things that come out. You can wire them through the single or 3-phase. The diagram's usually on the lid, especially more that type of motor. So I'll get the lid put back on this and we'll leave it running and see how it goes. But I've it seems to be pulling about the right current.